What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 50. Wow, 50... Wow, yeah, 50 episodes now of the Road to Glory. Welcome. If you're new around here, which you may well be, this is the Road to Glory with FC United Manchester, the greatest football team in the whole of England on this save. No, I kid, but seriously, guys, just a massive thank you before I even begin for 50 episodes. You know, your support's been amazing. As I record this, I'm not quite at 1,000 subscribers, but who knows, by the time this goes up, I may well have made it there. So a massive thank you to you guys, and I usually say this at the end of the video, but I'm going to say it at the start today. If you enjoy the video, give the video a like. It'd be awesome if we could hit 75 likes for episode 50. I mean, that's a crazy landmark. Today, I'm going to live com the entire month for you guys. So that is from the Sheffield game until the Everton game. So we've got some very tough fixtures coming up. We've got Bolton, Hull, Middlesbrough, Cardiff, Everton. A lot of teams up and around the league. So this could be a pretty tricky month. So yeah, if you missed the last episode, you missed all my wheeling and dealing in the Championship kind of pre-season... pre-season window. Since then, we're now in October. We've had quite a lot of games, so let's get straight into them. So last episode we did lose 4-1 to Blackpool. On the back of this, we got a very nice 2-0 win against Barnsley. A very heavily rotated squad for this game, so it was good to see everyone play well. And Andy Montgomery getting on the score sheet twice for us. And on the back of this, we got our first away win of the season. It came at Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. Very convincing 3-0 win. Grandine and a fun with the 2 goals for us, as well as Jason Briggs for them scoring an own goal. So that was really good to see. On the back of this, we did struggle with form for a little while. We did lose 2-1 against Ipswich. Pretty unlucky this game. They were the better team, and 2-1 was probably a fair result in the end. And then we got a 2-2 draw against Brighton, which was a very good result. A fun getting both the goals for us, and we came back from behind twice to draw. So that was a really hard-earned, well-won point, and it was really good for the team. We then lost 1-0 in the League Cup second round against Southampton. They dominated the game. They were by far the better team. But this gave us a chance, I guess, to focus on the league. And on the back of this, we got 5 games without a loss. 2 goals for a thumb here. Paltari grabbing another against Birmingham. Really good performance. Then we got another game where we scored 3 against Brentford. 3-1 win against them. Barney, Montgomery on the score sheet for us. Another really solid result for us there. We then got back-to-back draws against Nottingham Forest and Crewe at home. At the end of the day, it's 2 points which are going to be valuable in our survival. And then on the back of this, we got an absolutely insane result against West Brom. I'm going to go into the highlights for this game, because West Brom at this point in the season had played 8, won 7, drawn 1. So this game was a really tough game, and it wasn't going to be easy for us. However, the team had played absolutely amazingly. Away at West Brom, who were top of the league, they hadn't lost. We actually went off to a flyer, and Adney got the goal that got us a 1-0 lead. And then that was it for the first half. We went in at the break 1-0 up, and I was pretty content. And then we grabbed... did we grab another here? Did we grab another? Yeah, we grabbed another. Or did they hit us? I have a feeling they hit us on the counter, actually, now I think about it. But you can see, this season has gone really well so far. We're getting the results. It's looking like a mid-table finish is on the cards. Players performing well. I'm able to rotate the squad nicely, and everyone's playing really well. So yeah, they got a goal back there. That made it 1-1 after 57 minutes. And on the back of this, they made it 2-1 from the set piece. Sean Scannell there, near post, able to just get the ball away from Peltola in goal and score into the near empty net. So we were 2-1 down, and I was a little bit worried. However, we played absolutely superbly. We showed great fight. You'll see here, passing the ball around well, really spreading the play. Marine, the wing back, getting up the field. You know, everyone is really starting to play well, and the wing backs are certainly working for us this year. Abu Mohammed has been absolutely insane in the centre of the park for us, and no, I can't be any more content with how we're playing. As you can see, like, this is away at West Brom. We're dictating the tempo, keeping hold of the ball, playing the ball around well. And Christopher Brown there, the Trinidad and Tobago lad, with a fantastic goal in on the right-hand side. And then, to make it 3-2 in the 89th minute, we went up and we scored to get the comeback, complete it. A fantastic play by the lads to come back from 2-1 down away against the team who were top of the league and hadn't lost all season and hadn't dropped a point at home all year. Peltari with the finish there, the Finnish lad coming good for us again. So he's been absolutely insane for us. So that was probably the highlight fixture of kind of this kind of period of time. And then in our most recent game we did lose 2-0 to Huddersfield at home, so that was a little bit disappointing. But all that leaves us in the league table in 11th place, with a game in hand on a few teams around us, so that's a really good kind of start to the season in my eyes. Well, I want to aim for 50 points because that would pretty much guarantee us safety in this league. At the moment we're well on course to do that, and we're still within touching distance of the playoffs, so there's still it all to play for, really. Moving on to kind of individual performances, player of the season so far has to be a thumb. He's been absolutely amazing. He did win player of the month in the championship in the first month. He's played 10, scored 6, 3 assists, 3 man of the matches, average rating 7.58. Really good player for us. He's developing as well a lot, and he's back in the Ghanaian national first team, playing the big target man for them, and he's just playing absolutely superbly. Before I go into more individual performances, while I can remember, I'll just show you the transfer centre. So we made a few more changes after the last game. A lot of these players who were released were players who were in the reserves whose contracts had expired, who were unhappy about the lack of first team football. So I just kind of was like, screw it, I'm just going to release you all. However, there were 2 loans, or actually no, 3 loans to tell you about. Methman has gone out on loan to Weston-super-Mare. He's not going to be. He was a bit of a flop, to be honest. He came in on a free for us, but he's just not very good, to be honest. And then 2 more players going out on loan with Paul Murphy, the Northern Irish left back. He's got a few under 21 caps, this lad, and I'm hoping by sending him out on loan it might just get his match fitness up and it might boost his value a little. He's not a bad player, but he's just never going to be good enough for our first team now. And the other player was Paolo Davison, the Icelandic striker, young lad. He's out on loan at Oldham in League 2. He had to score for them while on loan. This guy, when I brought him in, I was hopeful he'd be a very good first team kind of future prospect. Really hasn't developed as a player just due to lack of first team football, so hopefully this loan will do him some good and he'll come back ready for first team football. And if not, we can just sell him on. That said, there were a few ins to tell you about. We've got Robin Snoesberg, that's a great name. But no, we've got this guy, 19-year-old goalkeeper, came in on a free. He's just a backup player. He's now moved Angus Gunn kind of to third choice keeper, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's out in the future. We have Ruben Mayo, who's a Spanish under-21 capped player, right winger, training him to play left wing. He's just a really good pacey winger, bit of backup, bit of depth to the squad, and he can play centre mid as well, so he's not bad. And then I got Kevin Doyle on a free, the experienced striker. Just wanted to bring this guy in, see what he could do. As you can see, he's played for Montpellier reserves and Monaco, and he's never really, since he left Wolves, he's never really settled, and now he's back in England. Last season he had a pretty good performance for Hearts, but I've got him on a 1-year deal. He is 35, but he's still not a bad target man in the grand scheme of things, and he's quite good backup to a thumb in the target man kind of role. So he was quite a nice transfer to get done, and he's got relatively low wage demand, so that's worked out well for us. In terms of individual performances, Andy Montgomery's performing really well for us. Average rating of 7.36 in the league. He's been playing at centre mid and right mid, kind of alternating between the roles, but he's doing a good job there. Adani, who is now out injured with a pulled hamstring for a few weeks, has played really well as well for us. He's looking like he's going to be a very good first team player. The young German lad, 41 caps at German under 21s. You'll notice that this squad is full of young talent now. Throughout this playthrough, a lot of people have been telling me I'll get more experience, and I've kind of stuck with my philosophy of I want to get in the young players, I want to get in players who are going to develop, and it really is paying off at the moment now. You've got Glenn Stewart, of course, the Northern Irish centre back, a really good player. He's played well so far this year with an average rating of 7.19. To be fair, everyone's performed very well. I was expecting to struggle in this league with our squad, but they have proven me wrong. We are currently 11th. Let's get straight into today's first game. Obviously, doing the whole month, so I shouldn't be rambling as much as I am, but screw it. So yeah, let's get straight into this. So today's team, few rotations to tell you about. We've got Alex Evans starting at centre-back. This is because Adeni's out with his pulled hamstring. Musavi's out on international duty with Iran. And I've got Fisher in the first team now. He was complaining a little bit about being unhappy about lack of first team football. So we've been giving him a run out and he's not done too bad so far. So anyway, straight into today's game. We are at home to Sheffield United, so it'll be interesting to see how we get on. Sheffield United are currently 20th in the league, so this is a game that we could do with winning. It would help us in the long run. Let's just go with calm. Go out and enjoy yourselves. People reacting fairly well. Defenders, calm. I have faith in you. Go out there and make a difference. We'll say the same to the midfield. There we go. Good team talk. So hopefully we can do well here. Then we change into 2D pitch view before we begin. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. This save has gone so well. I mean, episode 50, I was sat thinking, you know, what should I do for a special episode? And I really didn't have any ideas. So in the end, I have gone with just doing a really long episode for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Switching back into 2D Classic because 2D New Age looks terrible. But Barney on the ball there. Get the ball in. Mayo is there. What a finish by him. That was a great counter-attack by us, and that is 1-0 to us. Really good play. Good vision by Barney to find Mayo, the young Spaniard, on the right-hand side, and tidy finish on his weaker foot into the bottom right-hand corner. So yeah, you'll notice this year that I've really tried to bring in some more experienced players, and I feel like this year, like the squad that I have is good enough for the Championship now. The players who I brought in, fairly cheap compared to the amount that we got from players going out, and I feel as if our squad is ready now for the Championship in terms of staying up and then being able to build on what we have in the coming years because the squad is so young for the most part. But anyway, we're having a good start here against Sheffield United. Looking at the stats, they are yet to have a shot on target, which is also good to see. But now we have to defend well, and we have been defending fairly well. There's been a few times where we've let in a goal, and then the floodgates have just opened. But I feel as if the squad this year is defending a lot better than last year. I feel as if that 4 at the back gives us a lot more security. And wow, they've just scored. As I talk about our defending, I feel as if the 4 at the back now with the 2 wing backs and Mohamed Abu in the centre defensive mid role, it really works well for us in terms of in terms of keeping a solid line and being able to kind of defend and then hit teams on the break. That was a really bad mistake by Peltola for their goal. Came out for the ball, and he's made a few mistakes now, the Finnish goalkeeper. He's wanted by a few clubs and he's unhappy because I won't sell him, but I'm determined to get more money than what teams are currently willing to pay for him because I feel as if he's good enough. But we need to defend this set piece well. They just had a half chance from that corner. Can we get it out? Good save. And that is no nonsense there by Mayo. 20 minutes left. We'll make a sub. Let's make a sub. It looks like their attack is still ongoing. I am going to bring on Timu Peltari for Brown. We could bring on Tom Adiemi for Fisher. And I'm going to take off Barney and I'm going to bring on Kevin Doyle for the last 20 minutes and see if he can make a difference. But first we need to defend this. Get the ball out. Oh, counter. Go on a thumb. The Ghanaian. I mean, he came in on a free. And he's been fantastic. He came in League One. He struggled first season, saved us from League One, and now he's one of the best Championship players, which is kind of odd to see. You know, a player who was struggling so much in his first year in League One at the start, come and then kind of now make such a huge impact on our Championship campaign so far. But anyway, this is looking like it could finish 1-1, to be honest. Looking at the stats, Sheffield United have had the better of the second half, but it's still all square with 5 minutes left, and we've got a chance here. Can we get the ball in? Marine, the left winger. Peltari is there. That is poor play by him. But you can see, I mean, our solid back 4 looks really good, and Alexis is there to pick up the ball. Get it up! Peltari's there. Kevin Doyle hits the crossbar. Oh, that could have been such an inspirational substitution. But he just cannons it against the crossbar. I don't think Kevin Doyle has scored for us yet since he came in on his free. He came in on transfer deadline day with Mayo, who obviously scored today. We need to defend this. Get it out. Get it out. Oh, jeez. Good save, but can we not do that in the 93rd minute, please, defence? To be fair, 1-1, I'm pretty content with that. I'm going to just tell them, calm, you were unlucky. Tell the defence it was unlucky, good effort. To be fair, I do feel like we were unlucky that game. Finished 1-1 in the end. Looking at the stats, fairly 50-50. We perhaps just edged it, but stats only tell you half the story. But nevertheless, it's a well-earned point, and as I said, I'm aiming for 50 points. If we were to draw all 46 games, that would leave us just short of the target, but at the end of the day, I still feel like that is very doable. Blackpool have sacked Paul Jewell already. That's pretty brutal already, to be fair. Where are they in the league? They're 11th and you're sacking him after 11 games. That is horrible. That is brutal chairmanship. So today we have Bolton in our game, so that's going to be an interesting game. They're currently second in the league, of course. We did beat West Brom in our last game, so I do feel as if we do stand a chance going away to Bolton. Should be interesting to see how we play. We've got a little bit of a break of a few days between the games, which is also nice. And hopefully I can just rotate the squad a little bit now. We do have an abundance of centre mids, which, I don't know, I was thinking I might sell Peltari in the pre-season, but he just hasn't gone because no team was willing to match my evaluation of him. So he's still in the squad. But it is kind of tough sometimes, having to rotate our midfield. But that said, we do have a very strong midfield. It's not like in rotating the midfield, I'm leaving us particularly weak as a team. The players in defence are very good players. And, I mean, to consider the wages that a lot of these players are on in the squad, it's amazing to think that they're playing for us. A lot of them have extra bits and pieces are tied to their contracts, like relegation release clauses and stuff, which I'm hoping don't get kind of too impacted. And a few of them have like appearance bonuses, national team bonuses. But I mean, if I show you the wages quickly, because to be honest, the wages were one thing I really wanted to keep down if possible. If I go to contracts, you can see here, if I go to the wages, I mean, the most we're paying the players is 6k, which is not that much in terms of wages for this league. In fact, that's kind of a League One wage, I'd consider. I mean, look at the team. No one's on like boatloads of money considering we're in the Championship. So that's kind of good for the financial side of things. We've got Bolton tomorrow. The one problem with all these players' kind of contracts is the fact that a lot of them do have these extra bonuses. So if we go up the league, there's a lot of bonuses to pay out and stuff, which do impact on the money. But considering the amount a lot of these players are on, and if I just show you, oh god, didn't mean for that to happen, sorry guys, my FM just went into full screen, which I didn't want. But no, if I quickly show you, if I go to contracts and I show you the length of contracts, I mean, we've got a few players with contracts running out, but a lot of these are kind of youngish players. And then for the most part, a lot of these players who are kind of key members of the first team are on 2-year deals or more. So, in fact, no, a lot of them are on 3-year deals. So we have a lot of our squad for the long-term future, at least in terms of just keeping them until the end of their contracts, which is really good. Okay guys, so today's game is against Bolton Wanderers. We are away. Let's get our team sorted. 3 players called up for international duty: Marin, Mayo and Grandin. It's quite nice to see a few players in the Spanish kind of youth national squad, because that's a very tough squad to break into. So to have a few players in that youth team, the under-21s team, is really good to see. Just thinking about rotation side of things here, because we've got a few players who could do with a break. I'm going to take off Evans and bring in Meppen Walters to play centre back. Glenn Stewart can go for Hobbs, so we're just rotating the back four a little bit. Mohamed Abu, Christopher. We'll play Montgomery today ahead of Mayo. But no, you can see kind of the problem I'm having with rotating the midfield, because we do have a very kind of in-depth squad, so there is quite a lot of rotation involved in keeping everyone happy, which isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do, but all the players kind of who are being rotated are very good players, and I mean there's plenty of room for them on the bench, and it gives me plenty of options in like second halves to throw players on. But anyway, I think that's the team I'm going to go with today. I might start with I kind of want to start with a thumb. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play alot for a game, because I'm not really expecting to beat Blackpool, but it's kind of nice to get players rotated and round and stuff. So give alot a run out today. He played well in last season, and he's had a few kind of half decent performances in the reserves. So I guess it's time to give him a chance in the first team again. We'll go with that team. So I think Meppen Walters is going to be making his first kind of start for us today, so that should be an interesting one. Mohamed Abu is our man to watch. This is going to be a good game though. It's going to be interesting to see how we fare, especially kind of on the back of the West Brom game just a few kind of games ago. People are going to remember that. And, hopefully our players can keep that kind of fight and spirit. I mean, they've showed it throughout this entire save. Like, there's been some times where we've made some insane fight backs. League One, when we were battling for safety against Peterborough, we came back from 1-0 down to win 2-1. A few other performances stand out as insane comebacks. But today we have to try and make another one, and wow, Bolton, I almost forgot who I'm playing against then. Bolton grab a goal in the 18th minute. That's really poor defending there. Gave them a little bit too much space. Marine dived into the tackle then, and just no one picking up the guy at the back post to bury it. Admittedly, we are struggling a little bit defensively today. We are without Musavi, the right back, who's out on international duty with Iran. Adani is out injured with his hamstring, and Glenn Stewart's on the bench having a rest. So defensively, we were always going to be kind of weaker today than regular, and Apostolos Alexis has already taken a knock. Well, that's brilliant. Guess Glenn Stewart's going to have to come on even though he's not really 100% fit, which is a little bit of a shame, but he's had a break for the first half, so who knows, maybe he can come on and just give us a semi-fresh pair of legs and he won't suffer too much for it, despite the fact he needed a rest. Oh, that's a poor play by Meppen Walters there. Bolton are having a lot of time and space outside our area, and that's a massive gap, and is that Carlos Vela? Might have been Carlos Vela. That is really poor defending by us there. You'll kind of just you'll watch the defensive line here. Everyone just runs towards the ball, and Vela's just there with acres of space. And Peltola, I'm not really sure what he was doing in goal, but certainly not making the save. That's for sure. So Bolton 2-0 up at the break. I'm just going to tell them aggressive. That was absolutely terrible. That was terrible, lads. I mean, look, no one's even got a 7.0 rating. A lot of people in the 5s or low 6s, which is absolutely shocking. I kind of see 7 as being a benchmark for a half-decent performance, so to have no one even there really shows how the team's just not turned up today. May well have to make some changes if it gets to 60 minutes without anything really happening, but we have got a chance here, it would seem. Glenn Stewart caught in possession, maybe no. I mean, this is one good thing about this formation. The midfield, we have such a great midfield, and Abu really acts as a really good playmaker, and we're able to pass the ball around well, as you can see. I mean, that probably wasn't the best example, but certainly like that West Brom goal where it was a massive passage of passing before it. That kind of gives you an idea of how the team's playing this year. Really trying to spread the ball around, be a really creative force, and play some sexy football. But no, Bolton, I keep saying Blackpool and Blackburn, and it's Bolton. I've been to Bolton. I should know about the Reebok Stadium of Bolton, but for some reason my brain's just like Blackpool. It's Blackpool, Jack. Montgomery's here. A thumb grabs the ball and he buries that. That is 2-1. We could still come back here. A thumb, the Ghanaian forward, just snatching the ball from the defenders, and that was a really tidy finish there. Really good to see. Montgomery with the kind of failed pass, but then a thumb is just alert to the threat, and that's a really tidy finish. in the one-on-one situations. That's good. 2-1, 50 minutes in. Potential comeback is on the cards, which is really good to see. But now we have to defend well against these guys here. Can we win the ball? Marine is there. Alipor. Peltari, that is a fun free. You've got to bury this. He's missed it. On his weaker foot. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt there because it was on his weaker foot. But seriously now, you expect your star forward really to bury that. I mean, Afum, as I've mentioned, he was the reason we stayed up pretty much in League One. His goals, and then last season he had a really good year, as did Barney. And this year, Afum has just made the step up insanely. But we now need to defend this. Sordell. We'll make it 3-1 to see, I'm still saying Blackburn. It's not Blackburn. I'm going to be so relieved when this game's over and I never have to say their name again. Don't really know what to do in terms of changes. I'm going to take off Peltari just because he's booked. Better to be safe than sorry. And I'm going to move Afum to left wing and then move Shane Barney into the lone forward role. But Afum will just kind of play off him on the left-hand side. That was really poor play there. Again, the defence kind of just looking a little bit frail, but we are, as I will reiterate, not the strongest back four, not our strongest back four. We're playing only with, I suppose now Glenn Stewart's on, we're playing with two of our best four players at the back. So we are weak in that regard, but who knows? Maybe we can grab a goal here straight from kick-off. That's a free ball to Grandin. Barney's there, the sub, instant impact. He comes on and scores a goal within a minute of coming on. Probably his first touch of the game, bar the kickoff. Shane Barney, really tidy ball there by Grandin, and the ball just goes straight through, and Barney is there, all too aware of the threat, and his composure stat and his pace really shows that. I mean, Barney is actually rated by my staff members as a Premier League striker just because he has such good composure and pace. He's able to break the defensive lines with his pure pace, and his composure just means he takes a lot of the chances when he is able to break. So that's kind of Shane Barney's game plan, whereas Afum is a bit more of a pacey, big, husky African forward, your Drogba or your Anelka. And we've just conceded, which is really poor. 75 minutes in to concede 4-2. I mean, to be fair, to score 2 at Bolton isn't bad. Conceding 4 isn't exactly ideal, but again, bearing in mind the fact this isn't the back four that I'd normally start with. And Peltola going with some kind of crazy jackass style dive. Not sure what he was doing. It kind of looked like he was trying to karate kick the ball out of the air. They're on the attack again here. I really don't want to concede 5. That would be terrible. What is Peltola doing in goal? I know he's unhappy, but he's played crap today. I mean, I'm kind of curious to see him 3D match you what he's doing here, in goal. I mean, what is he doing? What? Oh my god. I might drop him. He's actually been that poor the last few games. I might drop my keeper, which I don't even normally do. Might give that German lad who I signed a good run out. But here's Shane Barney, and that's exactly what I was talking about his pace and his composure just working so well together. Probably going to be too late to mount a serious comeback, but still, Shane Barney getting another goal, and it was a fun with the assist as well. Really nice tidy finish into the bottom right hand corner. Barney grabbing another goal for us. I mean, he's been good as well. I mean, him and Afum last year, their goals were what saw us go up, and we've got another chance here. It's not over yet. It probably is now. We need 2. I don't think it's going to happen in 2 minutes, but nevertheless, 3 goals is pleasing, even if 5 goals conceded isn't. Bolton are second in the league, so it's not an easy place to come and grab goals, but they're doing a good job of playing. Bolton have looked very good this game against us, it has to be said. We have got a chance here though. Barney may be able to thread a ball through to Afum. No, not going. I thought we were going to make it 5-4 and it was going to be another one of the crazy high scoring games that we see. I swear it was last season I got loads of 5-3, so guys, it looks like I might get another 5-3 just to add to my number of 5-3 results. It's a recurring theme on this save in recent years. I can see one team now just scoring just to screw up exactly what I'm saying, because that's kind of my luck. I'll tell you what, let's make... actually no, I can't even make a sub. I forgot I put Glenn Stewart on for an injured Alexis in the first half. I was just going to make another sub for the sake of it. But anyway, 30 seconds left. Looking like Bolton are probably going to get the result here, which is a little bit disappointing, but 5-3. It's just a funny result, really. Hopefully our defence is back kind of together soon, because at the moment we are not looking like the strongest unit at the back. But 5-3. Peltola had an absolutely crap game. You were unlucky. Let's just say they were unlucky. Like, everyone's happy now. So that was disappointing. That sees Bolton go top of the league. It sees us stay in 12th place. There's a few teams ahead of us who have played more games, so we could potentially leapfrog them, but there is a kind of a gap now emerging towards the playoffs, and we are slipping closer to the relegation zone, although we are still 7 points clear of it. So mid-table, I'm kind of content with that at the moment. Our next game is against Hull City, who are 6th, I believe. Yeah, 6th, so that's not going to be another easy game. This is a really hard month, actually, to commentate over, because we've got such a tough set of fixtures. Alexis is out for 5 to 6 weeks. I'm going to leave him to physio. He'll be out for slightly less long, and he just won't be able to play the next game, which I'm willing to take. How long is it till our next game? 4 days, so that's not great. But no, that was a thrilling game, to say the least. I mean, I'll quickly show you the Barney stats, because I was saying about his composure and stuff. Shane Barney, as you can see here, he's got 17 composure, 13 finishing, 15 off the ball, then 15 acceleration and 14 pace. He's just able to burst through backlines. And last year he had a really good kind of season. This year he's been playing well for us when he has played, and I'm probably going to give him another run out again today, as we come up against Hull in our next game. And Hull, as I record this, it's obviously, I'm going to probably be uploading this on Saturday or Sunday. It's currently Wednesday, because I've kind of just got carried away with the save and played it a lot. But Hull at this moment in time are kind of looking like they may throw away their automatic promotion spot in the Championship, which would be a little bit disappointing for me, because Hull is my nearest local team. I'm about an hour away from them, but I live in the middle of nowhere, so they are kind of the closest, or would be the closest Premier League team for me, so it would be a kind of a good chance to go and see some Premier League matches. But alas, they look like they're throwing away that, and Watford may well just snip him before them. Obviously, we'll never know, and I've got my game set to auto-save, so I'm just going to let it save away. See? You should always auto-save, kids. Said this last episode, you go to your preferences, saving, and then have rolling saves on, and save every 1 or 2 weeks, and it will save you from losing your save. So I guess it will save your save. But no, we've got a game against Hull. It's going to be Adeyemi's return, and I'm actually going to give him a run out in this game, because I want him to be the guy who screws them over. And often when you play a player against his former club, he just seems to perform better for it. So we'll give him the run out. In terms of our starting 11, I'm probably gonna, I don't know. I'm gonna start with Mayo, I think. Grandin, I have a feeling you can play left attacking mid okay. Adequately. I might not play him there. I might play a thumb there instead, and then play Barney up front, and then give Adeyemi Fisher's place. I mean, to be fair, our whole team doesn't look that bad. Like, obviously there's a few players who I guess probably aren't good enough for the first team, but for the most part our team is looking very good. 13th for the 10th, so that's like, you see, Musavi's been away with Iran. I'll just show you this. He's been away. He is their captain. I can show you that, because if I go to history and achievements, okay, he resigned as Iran captain. Okay, I didn't even know he resigned, but he was Iran captain when I signed him at the age of 20. Who knows, maybe he'll be Iran captain in the future one day, but he's a very good player. He's out on international duty at the moment, some I think Asian Championship going on, which has meant he's missed almost a month. So that's a little bit disappointing, I suppose, but when he's back, he's a very good player for us at right back, and he fills the void that we're currently having in our defence. Nothing really to talk about there other than today is match day. Just double check this team. Are we playing with our strongest back four? Well, Glenn Stewart can't play for a start, which obviously isn't great. Ademi is still out. We'll go with Alex Evans, I think, at back, and then I don't know. I don't really have a right back other than Glenn Stewart. because Alexis is out, and then obviously Musavi's out on international duty, so Glenn Stewart's going to have to start in left back. And I am actually, as promised, going to drop Peltola for this game. I'm going to be playing Schnoosenberg instead. If I just do a comparison of them, to be fair, although there is a difference between them, it isn't as big as you might think. Schnoosenberg has a bit more eccentricity, which obviously isn't great, but he's a young 19-year-old goalkeeper, and I think he can step up to the mark here. He is Germany's under-21 kind of national goalkeeper, so he's not a bad player by any means. Here's today's squad, going with Mayo, Afum and Barney as a front three. Peltari, Adiemi and Abu at the back, and then Marine, Meppen, Walters, Evans and Stewart. So obviously, just a quick recap, Meppen Walters came in for £500,000 at the start of this year. He's had 2 very poor performances for us, so I'm looking for him to give a good performance today. And then Alex Evans, the man, the myth, the legend, partnering him at the back. So we're still not with our strongest back four, which is a little bit concerning, but hopefully we can play well here against what is a very strong Hull side. I'm going to just calmly tell the teams, just go and play without any pressure, just enjoy it, lads. So I am going to stick with our kind of attacking, controlling philosophies that I've kind of been putting in this squad and instilling in all the players for a few years now, and I want them to carry this forwards again today. I think I have creative freedom turned really high, so the players pass it around well, and then attack it. We play like attacking as like our mentality. I'm on the classic tactics options now. If you didn't know, you can click on any tactic and select convert to classic, and then do it all through sliders, which is basically a lot more in detail than the kind of default tactics, and it's worked better for me since I've started using it. So that's how I have the yellow arrows and stuff, if you're wondering how I get them. And Abu, you better not be sent off here. Thought he was going to get sent off. I know he looked like he might have been last man, but he's got away with that one. But no, like this tactic that I'm using, 4-3-3, with the wingers, play defensively, have the wing backs overlap the wingers, and just try and pass the ball up the field, control the possession if possible, and then be a potent attacking threat and get men forward. But it's looking like there might be one more chance before half time. They did hit the post just then, which is a little bit concerning, but we've got the ball here. Barney's there, and Marine getting the ball snipped from away from his feet by Rathbone. Good pressure by the team though, and Afum is there. Cross comes in, and Mayo is there, back post. I thought that might have been offside, but it's not been given, and Mayo grabbing another goal. The young Spaniard, he's grabbed a few so far this season, which is really good to see because he came in on a free. I've got some faith in this guy to really, make a difference in this squad, and he's doing a good job there. We have a lot of right wingers in the club, and a lot of attacking midfielders that I've brought in for backup and stuff, but they're all very good. But he's certainly looking like he's kind of really fighting for that kind of first pick role on the right hand side of the field. But anyway, we've got a second half here at the KCC Stadium. Defensively, we look surprisingly solid, although I've now probably jinxed that. Just considering, our back four isn't our regular back four. And Adiemi to Mayo, ball into Barney. Afum is there, and he will just hit that home. The Ghanaian absolute tank of a forward. Barney, I don't really know what happened here. It just looked like the defender screwed up, and Afum is just faster than a bang to the ball and able to bury that ball into the bottom right hand corner to make it 2-0 against Hull City away. So we now have 23 minutes left. I'm going to make a change here. As you can see, look how many attacking players I've got on the bench. I probably should have checked my bench before this game. But no, let's make some changes. Abu's booked, so I'm going to bring on Hobbs. I don't want Abu getting sent off, and I feel as if we should be able to weather the storm now. Everyone's playing really well, especially Afum and Mayo on either wing, so I'm not going to change anything there. I'm going to bring on Christopher Brown for Peltari, and then we will go with Calm, I have faith in you, Calm, I have faith. But no, really good performance at the moment here. 2-0 win would be absolutely fantastic against Hull, who are a very well-established championship side, and that's something that I've noticed so far this year. We are really challenging against the well-established teams. Fun with an effort there, but I think that's going to be full-time now. Surely full-time, ref. It's got to be. Just blow. Thank you. So 2-0, really good result there against Hull. Um, that was a really, really strong result. And I mean, Hull were 6th, so we've got a good win there. And that moves us within touching distance of the playoffs. 2 points behind the playoffs again now. It's so close. And the Championship, just like in real life, it would seem, is like so tight, mid-table. How did Schnoosenberg get on that game? He got a 7.3 rating. I might just start playing him as first choice goalkeeper, to be honest. His current squad role is backup, but if he keeps putting in performances like that, because I am going to stick him in there for a while now, I think, at least for the rest of the month, should be interesting to see how he gets on. We've now got a 10-game break until, I guess, a game against what I consider to be the greatest team in the Championship, Middlesbrough. They have an insane youth academy on this game, and it seems like every year they get the regens, but we are currently above them just in the table, which is good to see. Should be interesting to see how we fare today, in the next game against them. Another away game, so we're playing a lot of away games, it would see, this month against fairly strong opposition. On the back of this game, we've got 2 very tough games against Cardiff, and I think Everton was the other one. I might be wrong. I think it was Everton, and actually looking at the league table, which is faded out in the background, I don't know if you can make it out, but Everton are 18th, which is really poor actually. By any team's standards, 18th would be poor, but for Everton, the former Premier League side, to see them struggling in the Championship like this, kind of interesting, I suppose. There's a few odd teams in this league. You've got teams like Brentford doing well in our league. Other odd teams include, I mean, if I just show you the league table, you've got like Brentford in 9th. That's kind of 9th, which is kind of an odd one. And they've been quite a good Championship side. Obviously, Tranmere, Birmingham really struggling. That's kind of an interesting one. They've been struggling in the Championship for a number of years. Everton came down last year, and they're now struggling in the Championship. You know, some interesting stuff going on. I can't be bothered to read all these messages with you guys on screen, so we'll just do that. Charlie Fisher is happy. Speak to Fisher. I still haven't had enough first team football. I've played you in like 3 games. I'll let you go at the end of the season. Okay, so this guy, I mean, he is just a backup centre mid. Maybe he'll be happy sooner rather than later, but got him in on a free. He's got a little bit of value to him. Might be able to sell him in the future. That's kind of our thinking behind it. So we've got a lot of players on international break, so hopefully they don't come back with any injuries. Because of the amount of under-21s players and stuff I've got, you know, very often we have large kind of amounts of the squad away on international duty, which, I don't know, sometimes international duty can be a pain, especially if players come back injured. And Jesus, who's just scouted him? You've just scouted an absolute monster. Yeah, I might pick up this guy. How much do you want in wages? 5 grand. Oh, okay. I might ask the board for some more wage budget, because I kind of want that guy now I've seen him. They've shown me him, and I want him. Finances, wage budget. Okay, there we go. So the wage budget's been increased. How much have they increased it by? 87k. I think it was like at 72k before. Because of the finances from like Billy Reid getting sold, it's meant that the board are a lot more lenient with stuff. And although they haven't built a new stadium, I have got youth facilities and training facilities being upgraded, which is really good to see, because I haven't actually had a chance to upgrade them so far in this playthrough, because I've been struggling kind of to get forward. But this guy looks like he could be an absolute tank. I'm looking at his report now. He's better than Glenn Stewart, and he's a good Italian defender. First team player. Should we go with that? I think we'll go with that. No, fair enough. 5 grand is nothing. Well, it's not nothing, but he looks like a very good player. Been released by Inter Milan's youth academy, so I'm excited by him. If I can get him in on a free, that would be awesome. I mean, I always keep an eye out for players. You guys know I always like hunting for like, you know, the best young prospects. But when your scout comes to you with that kind of youngster, you've just got to snap him up, really. That guy is a Premier League centre back as it is, I'd say. So to get him in would be absolutely amazing, and it would add a bit of strength and depth to our defence, because as you've seen, we are kind of struggling at the back with backup players, and it would give me 3 very good very good centre backs in Glenn Stewart playing centre back, And then you've got Adani playing centre-back. And then if we can get this Italian lad in, that would give us 3 really good centre-backs for in the Championship, all below the age of 22. So that would be awesome. But yeah, Middlesbrough game is coming up for us. Hopefully we get a response from that Italian lad soon. Because he's a free transfer, of course, we could then bring him in. Are there any other good young prospects that my team have recommended to me and I've just missed out on? Vasco Costa. He's not a bad player, but we don't need any more attackers or right wingers really. Oh, is that this guy? What's it? I don't know how to say that name. I have to apologise. But on FM, he was an insane player for Coventry on FM12. I don't know what he's like on FM13. He doesn't look like he developed very well on this save. But I have a feeling that in other people's saves he might have done absolutely amazingly. I'm not sure. But no, Middlesbrough game coming up. Hopefully, I'm still praying that players come back from international duty fit. It's going to be a tough one. Messages, boring. Scouting update, nothing. Scouting update, nothing. Thank you for just updating me on nothing. Okay, so Graziano is coming to us on a free. He's got a relegation release clause of 3.7 million, which, to be honest, if I could get 3.7 million for a player who I bring in on a free when I get relegated, I'd be happy with that. So he's now at us. That is awesome. And because he's under the age of 20, I don't think he needs to be registered. So it's a win-win. I'm very happy. Apparently only 3-star rating. That is BS. He's a lot better than that. If I compare him to Glenn Stewart for you guys, you can see Glenn Stewart is... they're pretty 50-50. They'll complement each other well. Graziano is probably the better of the two. But it gives us some nice depth to the squad, and Musavi's now back, so we can move back to our strongest starting 11. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go to team selections, best 11, and then I can make some changes from there. So Pautola off for Angus Gunn, but then Angus Gunn switch for Schnuzenberg. That is such a great name. So Musavi, Glenn Stewart. Glenn Stewart wants a break. That is fine, because it means I can play Graziano. I'm going to bring on Mayo as our right mid. Actually, no, we'll give Mayo a little bit of a break. He's played a few games on the bounce. Give Grandina a start in the first team. Just looking at the squad, any other changes that could be being made? Who's struggling for fitness here? Marine at left back. How did Meppenwolfers get on his last game? He got a 7.2 last game and he did struggle to begin with, so we'll give him a run at left back and see how he gets on there. It's a little bit annoying when players come back from international duty with knocks and stuff, but all in all, other than the lack of fitness that a few players have, we've been fairly lucky considering the amount of players we have go on international duty. I always kind of anticipate at least one player to get an injury, so good stuff there. Graziano to be unveiled. I'll do a press conference of this. I know it's early days. I hate press conferences because one sec. Sorry about this. I have to concentrate so hard when I'm clicking stuff. I don't want to discuss club finances. There we go, you see. Sorry, I hate. I don't know why I did that press conference, because I suck at multitasking. I can't read and click at the same time. It's just not in my skill set. But I just hate those press conferences anyway, because it's just a case of clicking the same stuff again and again and again. But anyway, here's today's team. There's no real surprises in there other than Graziano starting and Stewart being on the bench because he needs a rest. Does he still need a rest? Yeah, he still needs his rest. Adani also is struggling for fitness slightly. He's only on 84% condition, but he'll probably be dropped for the next game when Glenn Stewart's fit, so just a case of rotating the squad a little bit there. Graziano to be given a number. You get the number 26 shirt, my son. Consider that an honour. So no, Middlesbrough today. Let's see how we get on. Let's get pre-match instructions set. Go and play without any pressure. Passionate. There's a lot to come from you, and I believe you've got what it takes. Let's get straight into today's game. So, again, away against Middlesbrough. This should be an interesting one. Sticking with the attacking philosophy, I've really been trying to stick by my guns. I know a lot of people like to change tactics every game. From my experience in FM, sometimes, playing defensive counter-attack can work if you're going to play it against really strong opposition. But just from last season alone, I've learnt that this squad plays really good attacking, passing football, and the players who I've brought in are kind of trying to match that. And it kind of feels to me as if, just by playing this tactic day in, day out, we seem to be able to grind out results with our, really good passing play. So I'm going to stick with it. There's no need to switch tactics unnecessarily and confuse players. I know people, you kind of suggested to have backup tactics, but, that's not my style. But Barney's through here, pulls the ball back to a thumb, and the two League One forwards linking up so well there for that goal. That is 1-0 to us after 30 minutes. The pace of Barney to get onto that ball and then to hook it to the back post for a thumb. I was a bit concerned Barney was just going to go for the greedy near post finish and smash it wide, because a lot of players do that from that kind of position in FM. But no, it was a fantastically weighted ball to the back post, and a thumb was there to celebrate and get the ball in. But no, really good start so far. Good stuff. Good first half. I am very happy. I'm going to just tell them I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. Graziano, passionate. I'm very happy with your performance today. Just milk it to the new player. Passionate to the goalkeeper. Attack. I have faith in you. I do have faith in Barney and the thumb especially. It's really nice when you have players, because I talked about this in the very first episode in the Championship. I was a little bit concerned with moving up from the League One that we might not have the strike force for this league, and I brought in Kevin Doyle as kind of backup, but so far Barney and a thumb, as Barney scores again, Barney and a thumb have really kind of stepped up to the plate and shown that they are worthy of and good enough for this league. By a long shot. So that makes it 2-0 now against Middlesbrough, and so far this is going absolutely insanely. I was kind of concerned when I first started this challenge, and particularly last season, I might not have enough quality in the Championship to stay up. And now I'm looking at the squad and looking at the players for each position and stuff, and the players that we're able to attract, and I'm thinking we may well be able to get out of this league in 1 or 2 seasons, after this year. So we're talking 2 or 3 seasons. We may well be in the Premier League, which would be absolutely insane. Just because the sheer quality we have, and Barney is through again. Pace and composure. Can he finish it? Of course he can. Cool, calm and collected. Barney, that makes it 3. Absolutely insane stuff. And if you look at the stats down the left hand side, we are dominating today's game by a long shot, and that was just a really nice finish by Barney. Tidy little finish. His composure there really showing. And it's looking like that's going to be a good 3-0 win for us, as, Graziano gets injured in his first game for the club. Well, that is not good. He better not be out for a long time, or else I'm going to look like such a derp, bigging him up, this Italian guy. I probably should have checked his injury proneness before I signed him, because I have a habit of signing injury-prone players. I'm just hoping he isn't out for a long time now. That's what I'm praying. A thumb, Barney, a thumb. Grandin is there. Barney wants his hat-trick with only so long left. There's barely any time left. I don't think the corner's even going to get taken, to be honest. 3-0 though would be a really good result, and I'd be more than content with that, especially away from home against Middlesbrough. Barney's been exceptional. What the fuck? I'm making up words now. I'm very well with the please you played. Anthony. Oh wow, okay. I was going to just tell you. I could tell you played well, but you know what? If you want to be a moody bitch, that's fine. Anyway, looking at the league table, 2 points off the playoffs still, but we are now in 8th place, which is absolutely insane. Barney getting 2 goals and an assist and a 9.4 rating. That's really good too. In today's coming game, we have a tough tie against Cardiff, who are now 2nd. So we're playing a lot of the teams around the top of the table, which is interesting. Suppose we should check for the injury on our new signing. I can't even remember his name. Graziano. Please don't be a long-term injury. Phew! No injury. Actually, let me check his history of injuries now. I'm kind of worried. It's not too bad. He's not actually had an injury this year. His last injury was in November 2017, so that was over a year ago, or coming up to a year ago even. So that's not too bad. Darren Ferguson takes the Brentford hot seat. Oh, that's a great hot seat to take. But no, looking good for us now. We are really clear of the relegation zone. I don't think there's any risk of us going down. I'm buzzing. I really am, unbelievably happy with how well we've played this year so far. We've got a tough tie, of course, today, and Corona is worried about the lack of harmony at Colchester. Well, that's cool, but I don't really care about Colchester. Why am I receiving this message? Ever. Don't ever show me messages about players who are on my shortlist being worried about stuff, because I really don't give a crap. Just putting it straight out there as it is, brutally. But no, I feel as if we're going to have our strongest 11 now for this game, which should be good. So hopefully, I don't really know what my strongest 11 is, to be honest. I mean, I know what my strongest back four is, but I'm really not sure about the rest of the side. Backroom advice meeting, we've not had one since the 10th of September. Probably should do one then. I never talk to the managers in the up and coming fixtures. Just don't see the point in it. Mepham Wolfers, he is a very slow player. Oddie Amy, ball winning midfielder. I think we can train him to do that. Start training. Alexis, simple passing game. Yeah, no long range shooting for you, Maureen, you crazy right back. Glenn Stewart would improve if he stopped attempting free balls. I can see the benefits of that. Alan Cork would be a good signing for the team. Well, he wants well too much, but Jonathan Greening, I want you, Johnny. I want Jonathan Greening. I want him. I want him in the coaching role. Okay, he wants too much. Go away, Jonathan. Scouting edition. Just see how good he is. Terrible. Lloyd Dyer, bearable but not great. There's better scouts out there. And if I've been on Lord Dyer, I have. I don't really need a scout, to be honest. I don't even know why I'm looking at it. Change squad status. Angus Gunn recommends. Angus Gunn is not an important first team player. What are you smoking, Wayne Daniels? You crazy mofo. A form's recent form. Jesus, 7.84. Your form's really improved recently. Fair play. I can give him some praise with that kind of rating. And the same for Barney. Praise Barney, the purple dinosaur. No, I'm not going to interact with Sean O'Driscoll. He's so annoying. I don't like him. Michael Owen is concerned about match preparation. Oh, no, he's not concerned for once. What is the backup tactics I have trained at the moment? Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Oh, okay, they kind of make sense. I've not done any of the tactics for them, but the shapes are there. I probably did that whilst drinking wine the other night, because I don't remember doing those tactical changes, but, we'll go with it. So, moving on to the game against Cardiff, I'm going to need to get my first team sorted and maybe rotate a few faces around. Playing really well of late, though. That was an amazing result today against Middlesbrough. Another good game where we score a lot of goals, which is really good in this division, because as I've mentioned, and I will mention again, one of the toughest things about moving up through a division is being able to continue to score goals, but we are currently doing that, and very well indeed. So, today, Cardiff, second in the league. This is going to be a tough game, but this is kind of the last of one of the big teams we've got left to play. We've already played the likes of West Brom, Cardiff, Bolton, Blackpool, Huddersfield. We've played the top five already. So after this, there'll be a kind of a period, hopefully, of playing some winnable games. So let's get our team sorted for today's game. Ruben Mayo, I'm going to bring you on for Grandine at the right mid. Thumb, you are going to continue to play left mid today because you've been doing a good job there. Christopher Brown, you get a break for Adiemi. Glenn Stewart for Adoni, and then we will bring back Isaac Marine. Actually, Isaac Marine still wants a rest. What is your natural fitness? You have 16 natural fitness and you want a rest. I don't get FM sometimes. We'll just go with it. Actually, what's the gap between my fixtures? Oh, 4 days. Okay, no, I was going to just play him if there was a week gap. I was going to play him tired, but I won't do that. I suppose we'll stick with that team then. It's done well so far. Abu in the centre, obviously, is playing really well for us. Peltari's not done too shabbily, but Mayo, Barney and Afum have been absolutely superb in the final third. But anywho, straight into today's game, same tactics again. We are at home today. I'll just show you the team tactics quickly so you can see. Short passing game, fairly attacking but not over the top. Normal tempo. You can see the other stuff, and then a few of the players have individual stuff like the wing backs. Mohamed Abu. I'm not going to cover all of this in too much information, but the general gist of it is that we have a fairly defensive 4-3-3 in terms of the back four and an anchor man, and then two midfielders who have a lot of creative freedom, and then a front three who are going to really play as a good solid unit at the top and get the balls into each other. Go out there and pull an upset. Okay, no one reacted well. There's a lot to come from you, and I believe you've got what it takes. Pressure's off, go play your natural game. I have faith in you, Barney, to go out and grab some more for us today. So, into today's game, it is going to be a tough tie against Cardiff City. We are at home, and we've got a chance, or is that them with a chance? It's them with a chance. Get the ball out, Keeper, good save. I think it hit the post, but good save anyway, keeper. Looking at the stats, Cardiff getting some good initial control in terms of possession. That was their first chance of the game, so hopefully we can defend this set piece well. That will do. Adeyemi. He's played well, to be honest. The whole team has kind of really stepped up this year, and we have the makings of a really solid championship side, at least in my eyes. I feel as if, especially with that Graziano now at the back, he's going to add a lot of strength to the back four. I think is it Graziano, or am I just making up a player's name now? The new Italian centre back. It takes me a while to learn names. It takes me ages to learn how to pronounce them as well after I've learnt what the players are actually called. But we need to defend this here. Can we defend it? Ball comes across to Murphy, hits the post again, but they will get the ball into the back of the net at the second bite of the cherry. Velikonja, or something to that effect, getting his second goal of the game. It kind of looked slightly suspiciously offside, but now on the replay I can see he was behind the guy who played in the ball. So that was a little bit poor by us. I don't really know who was at fault then. It just looks like the offensive frailties, but we're still getting kind of to grips with our defence as a whole, and the team is still kind of, gelling. They're still learning to play with each other, obviously. We've rotated the back four so much in recent days, and I'm still not got my strongest back four, and Barney's there. He does not give a damn about our defence not gelling. He's just going to bury another goal for us in off the post. Really good goal again. Afum being the creative force in his unnatural left winger position, and then Shane Barney, first time, left foot. Beautiful goal. Really good stuff as well. 1-1. To get a goal against another one of the big teams is good, but now we need to defend this well, as Cardiff really trying to apply some pressure, and that's Glenn Stewart with the mistake there. What the hell, FM? You just made my defender touch the ball, then just run off without it. Please explain. I'm not happy. Watch this. I mean, seriously now, FM. What the fuck? I don't like this game anymore. It hates me, this game, I swear. But anyway, we need to press on now. We're only 2-1 down. We're still in with a shout here. We've just got to keep playing to our strengths. And see how we get on here. Although he's got a chance for a hat-trick. Velikonja gets his hat-trick in the first half. Fair play to the lad, but our defence, what the hell? What the hell, defence? Poor play. I might make some tactical changes. It looks like we're playing a far too higher a line for that guy's pace. He just looks like he's faster than our back four. So I'm going to do some tactical changes. We're going to play a slightly deeper line, because we are playing pretty pressing. So we're going to turn that down. play slightly deeper, and I'm going to play slightly more direct in terms of just going for the slightly longer balls, just because with a deeper defence it means that we're going to need to get the ball out a lot more, so just getting the ball straight up the field is going to be the best option and letting our attacking players deal with the ball. Unlucky boys, things haven't gone right. Everyone reacts well. I think unlucky seems to work really well in terms of relaxing and motivating players, especially if you're playing against teams who are significantly better than you on paper. So pro tip of the day right there. I don't know if it works for everyone because Team Talk's taking so many variables, but Barney, again, he does not care about whatever I'm rambling on about. He's just going to score to make me change the subject. Second goal of the game for him. Glenn Stewart getting the ball away, and then a ball played from a deep by Abu, and Barney's there to beat Marshall with a towering header. Barney not known for his heading ability, but then just looks like an absolute giant alongside their back four when he wins that ball. But that's good. 3-2 now. Can we press on, or are we just going to go on a conceding spree as we always seem to do in this kind of game? A thumb to Barney. Barney's on a hat-trick, I've just realised that, and he's been dispossessed there. That was a little bit poor play by him. And we need to stop this Velenconja guy from having space on the ball, because he's just scoring every time he touches the ball, it seems, and it's not good. Joe Matlock, I assume that is, to Bartley. Clifford with a long-range effort. That dipped so much, I could see it in the 2D pitch view dipping. And that hit the crossbar and Cannon's safety. So I'll take that. Can we defend now, lads? Can we get our wide midfield? Murphy, Perch, back to Murphy. Where is the left midfielder? A thumb has just gone on a wander right there, and we get away with it. They are hitting the post with that effort. Can we get the ball away at the second attempt? Wasted by them. Time to make some changes, I think. I'm going to bring on Christopher Brown for Mayo, and then I'm also going to bring on, in replace of Adiemi, going to bring on Andy Montgomery, the Australian legend. Bring him on for a bit of a run out, see how he can get on. He's been playing really well this season when he's come on, to be fair, Andy Montgomery. He's not had many opportunities in the first team because of kind of the strength and depth we now have in that area of the park, but he's been doing a job for us when he has come on. We've got a chance here. Abu, Montgomery's there. Andy Montgomery, can he thread through the ball to Barney? He can. Barney with the hat-trick. What are they going to do? There's 2 hat-tricks. Are they going to cut the match ball in half? First world problems, we don't have 2 match balls. But it doesn't matter. 3-3. Absolutely insane comeback by the lads. We were 3-1 down. Some tactical changes at half-time seem to be working wonders. Just keeping our defence back, trying not to get hit on the counter. And we're now in complete control of the game according to the momentum bar at the bottom. But we are going to have to defend here as they've got the ball. Defend this. Get it out. Get it out. Oh, they've just scored. They've just scored. 4-3 Cardiff. 4 minutes left. Pretty unlucky. Ball came in. Defence, just a little bit of perhaps lack of communication, lack of team cohesion. And Doyle was there at the back post. Mep and Walters. He's not played well since he's come. Graziano is also struggling fitness-wise, but we've got a chance here. And oh my gosh, Christopher Brown, you beast! 4-4, lads. What you gonna do? There's been some goals in this episode. I'm sorry, this episode could have been so much shorter if every game finished 0-0, but I don't care. Episode 50, goals galore. Christopher Brown with the last minute potentially comeback here. What a goal that was against Cardiff, who are second in the league, and that is full time. What a game! What a game! And that was insane. I've got to be a passionate manager after that. That was quality play to get the point there against Cardiff. Fantastic stuff for us, and that means that, I mean, playing against the top 3 teams in the league, we've won 1, drawn 1 and lost 1, but that game feels almost like a win the way we came back there. Barney on form. Barney could win Player of the Month at the rate he's going. He's been a monster this month, like seriously now. Shane Barney, look at his recent performances. 8.6, 7.4, 9.4, 9.6. You cannot stop this man at the moment. So that's awesome stuff. How many games we got left of this episode? I think there's just the Everton game. Yep, one more game left to do with you guys. It is the Everton game. Hopefully you're enjoying this longer episode. I tried to make this not as long as the last really long episode I did, because that really was long, but at the rate I'm going, this could end up being over an hour long. In fact, I don't even know what time I started this. I'm getting lost in the moment. FM, you're playing FM, and you're playing the game, and then you look at your clock, and it's like, oh crap, it's 4 a.m. Time just stands still when you're playing FM and changes, I swear. But anyway, Everton in today's final game. I'm not sure if Everton count as a local rival. I know Liverpool do. I don't think Everton are classified as a rival of FC United of Manchester. But nevertheless, it's going to be important that we get a result against them today. Good crowd expected. So that's good. Send assistant. I tried to build a new stadium, guys. I did actually request one. You may remember a few episodes ago I mentioned how I wanted to build a new stadium. If I show you the team stats and then average attendance by percentage, we're averaging, where are we? I can't follow the lines. We're averaging 75% attendance every game, which is really good to see. And hopefully, if I can just keep performing, eventually I can convince the board that we need our own stadium. Because at the moment we are still sharing with Bury, who are now like 2 leagues below us, if that. They might even be even lower. I'm not really sure where Bury are. Let me check quickly, because we're sharing a stadium with them. And it's kind of annoying having to share a stadium with a team who... Yeah, they're in the Blue Square Bet Prem, so they are 4 divisions below us. So it's a bit annoying having to share their stadium because it's not very good. That's just the blunt and brutal truth. So it would be nice if we could get our own stadium sorted. I know in real life FC United and Manchester are currently in the process of building their own stadium, so it'd be nice if we could get one on this as well. Musavi is back on international duty. Why does Iran have the weirdest international breaks ever? I don't even know. Anyway, it just means that we can rotate the squad a little. Glenn Stewart moves to right back. Graziano and Antonini playing centre back for us. Graziano is kind of struggling with condition. I might do a cheeky change there. I might bring on Hobbs to play there. And then Meppen Walters, you've been useless so far this season, my son. I paid a lot of money for you and you've been pretty crap. We'll bring in Marine. Moving Fisher. I don't really want to change the front three, although I probably should. Maybe swap Ruben Mayo for Christopher Brown for a game. I'm not really sure. It's really hard trying to keep everyone happy at a club when we've got the strength in depth we have, because it's absolutely insane how kind of good in depth our squad is. Not that it's a bad thing, it's absolutely a great thing, but having to rotate our squad, it's a challenge. I don't know, guys, have you had many saves like this where you seem to just have a lot of very good players who could play in the first team, and it's a real challenge kind of trying to keep everyone content and happy at the club. We'll go with that. We will go with that team for now. So we are playing Everton at home. Going to be sticking, again, traditional tactics. Kind of happy that the tactics against Cardiff worked there. Pacey forward, which is causing us some problems. Just playing the deeper line, getting the ball up a little bit more kind of direct, and it worked for us. But anyway, let's just tell the lads to go out and enjoy yourselves today. And we'll see how we get on. So this is the last commentary for you guys of this episode, and they could score straight from kickoff here. Good save by the keeper. Good save, my son, and that's a clear-cut chance on paper. Even says it in the little clear-cut chance box. So clear-cut chance after 10 seconds for Everton, which hasn't been scored. This is going to be an interesting one, because Everton are struggling in the league, but at the same time you'd expect them to be doing a lot better than they are. So it should be interesting to see how we fare against them. Mayo here, getting some men in support. Afum is there, Barney's there too. I feel as if whenever the ball falls to Barney's feet during a replay, it's just destined for the back of the net. And I'm right. Shane Barney, the motherfucking dinosaur. I might just call him Dinosaur. I don't know. Barney the dinosaur. Great goal for him. Mayo with the assist, the Spaniard. Ball comes to Barney. Barney with another headed goal. He doesn't have the best aerial stats, but he's certainly scoring a few headers during this really long episode for you guys. So that's 1-0 to us against Everton, although there is a chance here. And Brunt with the long-range effort hits the post. Everton with that long-range shot. A little bit worrying there. I thought that was destined for the back of the net, but alas, the post has come to our rescue, and hopefully we can make a good job of defending this set piece, because we're going to need to. Can we get it out? That is the question. Just get it out. Good save by Schnoosenberg. I love that German name. There's some German names that sound epic, and Schnoosenberg is just one of them. But no, looking good for us here, Abu. Peltari there. Peltari's been a little bit quiet. That's one thing I would comment on. The fact the two Finnish guys. I mean, Peltari is starting most of our games anyway, and he is the club captain, but you don't see him contributing too much to the kind of attacking phases of play this year. Last year he got a few goals. This year he's there. He gets 7 ratings, but he's kind of there just plodding along. And Barney is plodding along. That's his 10th goal of the season in the league. A great goal for him. Another great finish. That's 2 more goals for him. He could be on for a back-to-back 9 and above ratings, which would be insane. And that was a great finish by him. Keeper perhaps at fault there. Probably should have got to it. I think that was Jack Chester in centre mid as well, or centre back rather, not getting the ball away when he had a chance. Half time, 2-0 against Everton, really passionate. Things are going well. Keep it up. I'm happy. The team is playing very well, and if the season keeps going the way it's going, I can't see any reason why we won't challenge for a playoff spot, which would be very exciting in our first championship year. Mayo with the ball here. Get the ball into the box, my son. A thumbs there. Peltari, the Finnish lad. Barney's on a hat-trick again. I want Barney to get another hat-trick. That would be ridiculous. He's already scored 7 goals in the last 3 games. I mean, you can't really argue with that, but back-to-back hat-tricks would be insane. In fact, I can't even remember the last time that happened whilst I've played FM. Ball's in the box. A thumb is there. That is 3-0 Everton. Everton, they could go down if they're playing this bad against every team. They really could, which is kind of concerning to see. I mean, looking at the stats, it's fairly 50-50, but then you look at the average ratings of the teams and you can see we're averaging a 7.2 and they're averaging a 6.21. So it's just individual performances in the final third letting them down. Wouldn't surprise me if it's just been a really poor defensive performance by them, because they are creating chances. You can see that they are. It's just that we're being a lot more clinical with ours and we're defending better. Okay, so Fisher and Abu both got, but Fisher's not the first choice centre mid anyway, so I am going to just sub him off for Montgomery. We'll keep Mohamed Abu for now. Yeah, we'll go with that, and I'll just give Montgomery a passionate. There's a lot to come from you. Okay, he didn't even react. Didn't even react to my passionate speech to him, but nevertheless, 20 minutes left. Everton with a corner here, headed away. Can we get the ball away again here? We're going to need to. Abu there. Oh, ball cannons around the area, and Diarmi able to get the ball into the back of the net for them. So that's 3-1. A little bit disappointing we couldn't keep hold of a clean sheet, but now we need to defend well for the last 18 minutes. You know, get men behind the ball, try and grab another if we can, but not overcommit to the attack. So just going to change just to slightly less attacking. You know, we don't need to throw as many men up the field as we have been. It's going to be about just being solid at the back now. And Hobbs with the free kick. Can you get it again? Peltari. I really want Barney to get another hat-trick. That would be insane. I think it would be his third back-to-back man of the match as well. I think he got man of the match last game. Maybe the Cardiff player who got a hat-trick did too. Ball's in. A thumb can't quite make it there, and it looks like they're going to clear it and maybe hit us on the counter. 12 minutes left on the clock. Henry Lansbury to Danielson. Can we defend this? Just defend it, lads. Keep it easy. Oh, wow, they've hit the woodwork again. That's like the 3rd time they've hit the woodwork this game. 3-1, perhaps flattering us in this game so far. Wow. We need to defend this well. We need to. Henry Lansbury to whip in the ball for Everton. Get it away, Montgomery. That will do. And again. There we go. And let Shane Barney away with his pace. No, he's not. I'm talking rubbish. But nevertheless. I say nevertheless well too much. I need to stop saying it. I need to write down a list of alternate words to nevertheless. On the flip side, alternatively, you know, I should write a list and have it written down on my screen. Schnoosenberg there with another good save for us. Looking like it's going to be too late for Everton to make a full comeback. However, they have got a chance here to maybe grab one back. So we're going to need to defend this well. Montgomery gets the ball. Get it to Barney. I want the hat-trick. That's not to Barney. And that was definitely not to Barney. But 3-1 would be a very good result against what is, I guess, a struggling Everton side. Looking at the players they have some very good players in their starting 11, but they're just not performing. Minute left on the clock. I think we've got it now. Is that Conor McCalling as well? Like, they've got some really good players. Like, seriously, like they should be up there, Everton, with the players they've got. I mean, I can tell you that without even seeing their ratings. But it looks like we are going to get the 3-1 win, which would be an absolutely insane result, and it would kind of mark what I at least see as a really good, successful episode 50. I wanted to do something special for you guys. Unfortunately, the fact that kind of midway through the championship season, it's not as if I could do some kind of epic episode. So hopefully you've just kind of enjoyed this longer live com episode. We are now tied in Huddersfield, who are in the playoffs, on points, so that's really good to see. I'm going to just keep advancing because I'm kind of curious to see if Barney gets Player of the Month. I'd be really surprised if he didn't, just because he's been performing so well. But no, I think we had that game pretty much sealed after the 53rd minute where we got the other goal. We've broken our record attendance as well against Everton there. How many fans did we get? 10,462. That's a new record. So that's really good. That's really going to help our finances this year. You know, with us going to big championship teams and big championship teams coming to us, financially we're gaining a lot more money through kind of ticket sales and fans coming to our stadium, which is really good to see. And it's also good to see us beat our record, I suppose, as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed this longer episode, guys. I'm just going to tie up some loose ends here by getting to the end of the month. Some really good results there as well, some very, very big results. There was a few big games there, and I didn't mean to reject that invitation. I'm sorry, Alves Church, for rejecting your invitation of a friendly. I'm sorry. But no, I mean, if you look at the fixtures that we played, we started off obviously a little bit sluggishly with the draw and the loss, but since then, 3 wins in our last 4 and 3 wins and 2 draws in our last 6. Only losing 1 in this month, which is pretty decent considering it was against Bolton, who are right up there in the table, and we had to play some very strong teams this month. I'm more than content with that performance. We've got some tough games coming up, but it should be interesting. I'm thinking the next commentary is probably going to be on the 1st of December, because we have got Sunderland at home that day, so that could be a pretty big game for us. So I guess we'll do that game, because Sunderland kind of sounds like a standout result to me. Players named in the team of the week, Barney is there. I kind of knew it was going to be Barney. But no, we've got to play Sunderland. Where are Sunderland in the league? I can't find them. 12th. So they're another former Premier League team struggling. How long have they been in the Championship on this save? Oh, okay, so they've just come down as well with Everton, but they've been up and down a little bit. Just get to the end of the month so we can see who Player of the Month was. I'm going to be shocked if it wasn't Barney. Oh, we've got some recommendations as well. Portuguese centre-back, he's not that bad. 35k. He's not like world class. Oh, Robert Pires as well as a scout. Fun. In case you didn't see that, Costa's there recommended, and this bold guy who looks a bit like an alien. But no, quickly, come on, let's get to the 1st of November, computer. We can do this. My voice is starting to go as well, so hopefully you guys appreciate the long episodes. I do enjoy doing these, but at the same time it takes a lot of effort, and it's hard for me to find an hour of free time where I can just talk and know I'm not going to be disturbed. But no, I think this has gone well. I feel as if it's a good month. Barney did indeed win Player of the Month, and a thumb came 3rd. So that's another good thing. Seeing a few of our players reach Player of the Month. Barney scored 9 goals in 6 games. His average rating in the last 5 has been an 8.76, which is absolutely out of this world. I don't know what he got in the game before that. But he's been superb this month, absolutely insane stuff. I really want to see him play for England, Barney. I don't know, I don't think he'll ever be good enough, but it'd be nice to see him do that. If he keeps putting in these kind of performances in the Championship, he's kind of got to be battling, you'd think, really. We didn't get any young players of the month. Goal of the month, we weren't in that. Manager of the month, West Brom's David Briggs. Oh, we didn't get Manager of the Month. Disappointing. But no, that wasn't too bad. Quick look at the player tables and the league table before we go. Shane Barney, highest average rating in the league. Shane Barney closing in on the goal scorers. Top 5 goal scorers, he's now in 5th. Player of the matches, Thumb and Barney are both up there in terms of most man of the match, which is good to see. And yeah, just a quick final glance at the league table. As you can see, we are now in 7th place with 7 wins, 5 draws and 4 losses, which is really good to see. We are currently tied with Huddersfield, who are in the playoffs, so that's interesting. And we're a good way clear of the relegation zone, which is my primary focus. So that's good to see also. So, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. The next episode will be in a month, I do believe, against Sunderland. I think that's going to be the next game I commentate. Thank you again for 50 episodes. It's absolutely insane achievement. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this series and appreciate the work that goes into it, because it's not easy for me to do these kind of long episodes, and it really does kind of put a strain on my voice. Hard as that may seem to believe. But no, other than that, guys, as I've already mentioned, give the video a cheeky like. I don't know what we'll target. If we get 100 likes, that'd be out of this world, but I'd be content with 75. And as always, if you've watched to this point, leave a comment. I'm trying to think. Just write down an animal, just any animal you want. Just write it down in the comments, because it's interesting seeing who's like, oh, why is someone written in the comment sheep? Do you know what I mean? People, and then you know who watches to the end or not. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Now everyone's going to write a comment about a sheep. I expect a variety of animals, guys. Now I'm just talking about animals at the end of an FM video. I never thought that would be possible. Oh dearie dear, guys, I'm going to just cut myself off here before I ramble for another month's worth of gameplay. If you've enjoyed the video, as I already said, give a cheeky like, leave the comment of an animal, and other than that, guys, huge thank you for 50. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.